And tonight's number is 50%. And a heartbreaking study from the Center for Disease Control reveals that the total gay and bisexual population living in the United States, half of black men and quarter of the Hispanic community being diagnosed with HIV/AIDS in their lifetime. The study is the first of its kind to highlight the demographic disparity of those affected by AIDS. These projections were drawn from the CDC's data on HIV/AIDS diagnosis and death rates collected from 2009 to 2013. The finding operates under the assumption that rates of new diagnoses will remain constant. The study shows that overall, 1 in 99 Americans will be diagnosed with HIV/AIDS, improving on an earlier 2004 study that reported 1 in 78 will die of the disease. In terms of gender breakdown, the study reveals that in 64 men and 1 in 227 women will become HIV/AIDS positives in their lifetime. Rich, heartbreaking.
Yeah, I'm with you on it. I mean, what's interesting about this, two things. One, comparing, basically almost 1 in 100 Americans overall will be diagnosed with HIV. Compare that to half of black gay men, right? That is a staggering statistic. And I think sometimes we in America get into this habit of, well, racism isn't that bad. Oh, there's not really any systemic stuff going on. We have a black president. And then when you actually take a look at the numbers, you're like, oh, wait. We're just not paying attention close enough.
No, I think you're right. I think we're not paying attention close enough to what is, and I would argue, HIV/AIDS is a pandemic that could, and we are so close to finding a cure. But I mean, I want to say this point, and I think this is a message to all of our black, gay brothers and sisters out there who watch this show every week. And I think this is to all people, right? And I want to be very clear because I think this goes beyond just African-American men or African-American women. This is about HIV/AIDS is completely and totally preventable. Right, and I think, like my mom said growing up, prevention is always better than cure. Not only do you have drugs like PrEP, which is a drug that sort of makes it possible so you can sort of resist the HIV disease if you get it or you come in contact with it. But on top of that, nothing replaces healthy sexual behaviors, and that means America. You've heard it for years. You'll hear it again. Latex revolution. Wrap it up. Most departments of health in this country will give you condoms for free. If you're on a college campus, the delivery man will give you condoms for free. Use them.
No, you're right. I think we've totally, as a country, really screwed over multiple generations by this abstinence-only sex ed policy.
Bad idea.
It has cost our country, at the very least, if you're only interested in money, it has cost us so much money.
No, it really has.
I mean, it's a terrible idea.
And it's really prudent upon people to take the power into your own hands, right? I mean, trust me. This study is a sobering reminder that the gay and bisexual face is, it's an unacceptably high HIV/AIDS rate, and urgent action. So yes, it is imprudent, on these big pharmaceutical companies to work on really trying to find a cure. And I know there's a company in Spain that they sort of think they might have a cure. So can we get some dollars going that direction fast? I mean, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg.
Drop some dimes.
Oprah. Somebody drop some money on this organization fast. But beyond that, let's make sure that people are, your status. Every 6 months, people. If you, and I don't care if you're gay or straight, if you are having unprotected sex with somebody, go get tested. It's free in most places. Get tested and know your status. Ignorance is not
bliss.
It's not an excuse, and it's not bliss. Ignorance can be a lifetime.
Yep.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, I think there's been huge advances. HIV/AIDS is no longer the death sentence that it once was, but you now have PrEP. And now I caution all those folks that are out there that are on PrEP. PrEP is not...
it's not a magic pill.
It's not a magic pill, and it's not an excuse for a condom. I think if you have PrEP and a condom, you quadruple your chances of not getting it. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't work hard. Because it's devastating. It's really a devastating disease. And I think people really have got to be on it, man.